there and then in the pit.
That's good directing right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tanae Davis Kane, bang. Oh, hey, what do our picks look like, by the way? We'll know if you have to get it in early that the Red Foxes are in trouble.
Beth she can always change if you don't get it up early enough.
Yeah, I can always change that. I'm not married to it.
No, my dark horse is A&M. Beth's is what yours was Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Show that again.
Yeah, we got to change that.
Yeah. Who's the clown on the graphics? Just kidding.
Who's that bozo? Second round action from the New Orleans region.
Two minutes.
Florida State looking for a second straight trip to the Sweet 16. Oklahoma State trying to get back for the first time in 17 years.
Woo.
Kim Mulkey. You remember the old Christmas cartoon?
No.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser?
No.
Did you?
Look at Pete. I wonder if you go to mascot. They must have mascot school. I know they do, right? They have mascot school.
Yeah. That thing's got to be awfully heavy.
Yeah.
Wonder why they just don't let the guy grow a beard and put an orange cowboy hat on him. Like they do for the Mountaineer.
Well, that's, you know.
Georgia, number 20.
Second round action from the New Orleans region here in Des Moines at Wells Fargo Arena. The 11 seed Florida State, fresh off of an upset over Ohio State, to take on the 3 seed Oklahoma State. And we are down at the bottom part of the bracket. The winner of this one will move on to New Orleans next weekend and a date in the Sweet 16 with either LSU or Marist. And welcome to Des Moines. Beth Mowens, Fran Fraschilla, Ron Johnson also with us. And Fran, in our start watch tonight, we've got a terrific matchup.
Yeah, we really do. Tanae Davis Kane, outstanding performance the other night, 27 points. She'll have to lock up or try to lock up Andrea Riley, one of the quickest point guards in college basketball.
The 27 points and 26 points, 2 of the top performers from the first round of play. Only Jane Appel at Stanford scored more. As we take a look at the starting lineup, Shantae Williams, the career assist leader for FSU, and Mara Freshour had a double-double in the first round. She's the only starter in every game this season for the Noles. Shantae Smith had a double-double in their first round win against East Tennessee State the other day, and Maria Cordero with a season-high 23 points in the first round win. Florida State trying to get to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. The Cowgirls for the first time in 17 years. And consistency has been a big reason for their success this season.
They have, and they've really gelled, especially in the Big 12. And certainly Kurt Butke wants to get his team even farther in the tournament.
Butke in his 3rd season. A big turnaround in Stillwater. They were in the Big 12 tournament championship game this year. And Sue Semrau in her 11th season, their first trip to the Sweet 16 a year ago. And really playing without any pressure whatsoever on them. They were one of the last teams to get into the tournament, and they really played loose in their first round upset.
They're not your typical 11th seed, and we'll get into that throughout the broadcast. Very athletic.
Green, the kick out to Cordero, and her first shot is off the mark. The long rebound out to Taylor Hardiman. This is Andrea Riley.
See that matchup. Davis Kane on Riley early. Just what we expected.
Looking to Green, and the one-timer from Danielle Green, the senior out of Philadelphia.
She didn't have a big game the other night, Beth, but she is one of the most versatile players in the Big 12.
Riley going for the pick. She led the Big 12 in steals and in scoring this year, and she's off the mark on her first shot attempt.
Well, we watched the walk-through today, their matchup zone. Riley was exactly where Kurt Buttke put her.
Harvin takes the bump and scores, and Alicia Harvin will head to the line. Foul will be charged to Maria Cordero, the senior out of Santa Barbara, picking up her first. That'll send Harvin, the sophomore from Hollywood, Florida, to the free throw line. A defender more than anything else, so any points that they can get from her are gravy.
And she's got tournament experience, but she started all 3 NCAA games as a freshman a year ago.
This is a team that had to upset Stanford in Palo Alto last year in the second round, and they did just that, moving on before falling to LSU, who could be an opponent in the next round for the winner of this matchup. The fadeaway from Green won't go. Cordero keeps it alive. This is Riley, the ESPN.com second-team All-America.
This is a much more athletic team than the East Tennessee State team that Oklahoma State saw in round 1.
Taylor Hardiman shot won't go. Cordero, another offensive rebound, and she's fouled by Jacinta Monroe.
I like what she did right there. Monroe is a shot blocker, rebounder, but she took it right at her off the offensive rebound and drew a foul.
That'll be the first on Monroe, and Cordero. She and Green went to junior college together and could have gone to a lot of different places, but Fran, both of them wanted to come here to help make a difference for this program.
They were 69-2 in junior college. Kurt Buttke and his staff convinced them they could win right away. In 2 years in Stillwater, I'd say they accomplished that goal.
0-16 in conference play the year before they arrived in Buttke's first season, and now a win away from the Sweet 16.
Well, this is a little junk defense right now. Taylor Hardiman all over Davis Kane.
Hardiman shot, no. Good box out by Oklahoma State. Hardiman, she has big range out there beyond the arc. Cordero obviously playing with a lot of confidence from that first round performance.
And good strategy. Monroe picked up one early foul. They went right back at her, and that time she let Cordero get by her to the rim.
Chante Williams, the fifth-year senior, out at the point. Getting it back from Davis Kane. Davis Kane steps by the defender and knocks it down.
Hardiman closed out on her. She chased her off the three-point line, but that was a good shot fake, one dribble move.
They wanted to pay very close attention to Davis Kane, who hit 5 three-pointers in the first round win for FSU. Here she is defending on Riley. Davis Kane is used to having good defensive challenges as Riley misses over the top, but another offensive rebound, and FSU is getting hurt on the glass. Fourth O board for Oklahoma State, and they're on top 8-5.
See, it starts out in a 2-3 zone. They'll match up man-to-man. Got to know where Davis Kane is.
Knocked out of bounds by OSU. 16 on the shot clock here for the Seminoles. Williams will inbound. The lob to Monroe. Around and out. And she's got to be careful just to get her second knocked out of bounds. It'll go to OSU.
I was really impressed with Jacinta Monroe. She's long, she's agile, she's put on 20 pounds since she's arrived at Florida State. A mobile young lady. She's going to be a good player as she grows up.
6'4", just a sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale. She's already their #2 career shot blocker. And Freshour over to help out, and the offensive foul is going to be called on the drive.
I'm not sure the defender was stationary. I'm not sure if Kurt Butke thought she was either.
No. It's the first on Danielle Green. Freshour. Florida State really came out aggressive in its first round win over the Buckeyes. Monroe, no. Trying again, and the Seminoles will keep it. We've got a timeout here in Des Moines, and a good start for Maria Cordero and the Cowgirls.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check, mic check. Microphone check.
Oklahoma State with the early lead over FSU. Let's send it now to Ron Johnson.
Beth, you would think picking up your first tournament win for a program in 12 years would be a reason for celebration, but Saturday night there were a lot of frowns on the faces from Oklahoma State, and I asked Kurt Butke what was so wrong with the performance on Saturday. He says he felt his team was not locked into each possession and got really sloppy at times. He said the good thing, though, is they haven't played back-to-back bad games all year.
Points of emphasis, I think, like he told us today. He made his point with his team. Don't be satisfied being here.
Florida State immediately goes inside of Jacinta Monroe, and she gets her first bucket.
And she did a really nice job on Jantel Lavender of Ohio State, both offensively and defensively, in that win over the Buckeyes.
Hardiman, 15-footer, no. Rebounded by Angel Gray, the sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia, and then the steal by Green, and she gets the layup to go. Green and Cordero accounting for all 10 of their points.
I talked about Danielle Green, versatile. She plays forward, she rebounds. She'll handle the ball in the break, and you saw her athleticism right there.
Freshour tried to force that one inside. Pass picked off. Here's Riley on the run and fouled. And they'll say she was shooting, so she'll head to the line. And Boy, what a start for the Big 12 Conference. 8-0 through the first round.
And that is the first time in NCAA tournament history that a conference with 8 bids has gone 8-0. The Big East has been 7-1 on 2 different occasions. So kudos to this league, which has already had an impressive start to the tournament.
And the Big East with Rutgers, we will see in our second game here, they went 6-2. So how about the Big East and the Big 12 accounting for 14 of the 32 teams still in the field. Incredible from the power conferences as Riley picks up her first point, coming in averaging 23 a game. That's the 5th best in the nation.
She had 26 points in that win over East Tennessee State, but part of the consternation on the part of Kurt Buttke was her 9 turnovers. She's a very exciting player, but she gets sloppy sometimes with the basketball.
Yeah, they had a season-high 21 giveaways against East Tennessee. And Shantae Williams off the mark, and there's Riley with a rebound. And
look at that.
Nobody's quicker up the court than she is. Finding Hernandez, trying to scoop it around the defender, no. And a 5th offensive rebound for the Cowgirls. Setting up the 3, doesn't fall.
Good ball movement that time by the Cowgirls. Did get it to go. Boy, Riley's got that burst of speed, doesn't she?
Yeah, impressive. A lot of comparisons made to Ivory Latta. They started at North Carolina for 4 years, graduated last year. And as Freshour hits the 3, that's something that Florida State was going to use in its scout. It's not the type of player that they haven't seen before.
No, you're right. They see that type of athleticism in the ACC. She reminds me a little bit charisma-wise of a TJ Ford, who had so much success in Texas.
Hardeman's 3-0, but again, the weak side rebounding has been severely lacking for FSU.
You see the zone now with a 1-2-2 look, and this will put a lot of coverage on Riley.
Davis Kane able to tie up Smith, and it'll head the other way.
Talk about an 11 seed, and as you know, Beth, a lot of academic issues this year at Florida State. They had a lot of young ladies miss a lot of basketball because of that, and Sue Semrau feels like she didn't really get her team back until the final 13 games, and it's a very impressive group for an 11 seed.
Gray has the shot blocked. Yeah, they had 3 different players suspended rather, for 9 games this year due to a violation of team standards. But now they're all back, and they're all in the lineup, and that makes a big difference for them. One of those being today Davis Kane. Lob into Monroe, and she scores.
Boy, she's got terrific hands, good body balance. I've really been impressed with her so far in the 1+ games.
And Hardeman nails the 3 after OSU had started out 0 for 5 from downtown.
Well, she's a 38% career 3-point shooter.
Kane with the spin, off glass, no good. Riley again with the push on the break, and she'll stop and pop. Freshour tried to clear it out. A held ball this time will go to the Cowgirls. Regional coverage of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship continues tonight on ESPN2. Iowa State, Rutgers, Hartford, and Texas A&M, West Virginia, and Vanderbilt. Check your local listings or log on to ESPN.com and keyword maps for the game in your area. ESPN is your exclusive home for the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Hartford being the only other team to pull off a big upset in the first round, as did this Florida State team when they knocked out Syracuse.
Hartford will have their hands full with Gary Blair's Aggies, who started to play much better at the end of the Big 12 season, including winning the tournament title.
Well, that really speaks to the depth of the Big 12 Conference as Freshour scores through the obstacle course in the lane.
She is really a versatile player. She played point guard last year, and although she's listed as a power forward, she's really one of those players that can play all 4 spots.
Riley can't knock it down, and Andrea's still looking for her first field goal. She's 0 for 4 now. Williams off the crossover will shoot 2.
Shantae Williams, probably not as quick as she was earlier in her career. She was a McDonald's All-American. Of course, she had a pregnancy. George, now 3 years old.
Just turned 3.
She slowed down a little bit, I guess. That would be natural, but a very cerebral player as she ends her career as a Seminole.
She was the first big recruit for Sue Semrau that really got the ball rolling, really turned the corner for them. A high school All-American, as you mentioned, Fran, and she was the one when she arrived. All of a sudden, other kids said, "Okay, it's good to go to Florida State to play with her."
I think she had some hip issues as well last year.
The steal by Courtney Ward and the bucket for the freshman from Montgomery, Alabama, and Florida State's on top by 2.
She might be the Seminoles' quickest player, and she's getting the assignment right now, trying to stay in front of Andrea Riley.
The lob inside, and the foul from behind on Monroe, and that's her second with 11:48 to go in the first half. Ward with the quick thinking and the lay-in.
Welcome back to the board for the NCAA Women's Championship. Welcome back to the board for the NCAA Women's Championship. Welcome back to the board for the NCAA Women's Championship.
17-15, Florida State with the lead, but some foul trouble early on. And the Seminoles are going to have to go small with Jacinta Monroe, the 6'4" sophomore, picking up her second personal foul, and an injury in the first round affecting their front court depth.
That's right, Kayla Moore is out, and right now, Freshour's their center, so they're going 4 guards and basically a small forward in Freshour.
Moore tore her MCL in their win in the first round, so she is unavailable. Freshour, the kick out to Ward. The entry. Kicked off of an OSU player, and it will go to Florida State, and Lutke again disagreeing.
Amused, he's amused. He's not angry.
10 on the shot clock here for the Seminoles.
Good coverage.
Harvin short on the 3 ball. Davis Kane crashing the glass, no, and Byford clears. Riley with the head up looking for Green, and Ward commits the foul.
Let's see now, Oklahoma State, not a big team. This is almost a first down right here. Good catch by Green. But Oklahoma State doesn't have that traditional pull. Now Cordero back, they can go inside. And I'm just going to say Byford not really a scorer, but Kurt Budke recognizing that they may have an advantage. So He comes back with Cordero, who had the big night.
That's the first foul on Ward. And, Cordero so far with 4 points. She's going to step outside right here. And Harvin getting a little too tight defensively. She'll be whistled for the foul, and that is her first. They have had good ball pressure, particularly on the perimeter. Andrea Riley held to just 2 free throws. She's 0 for 4, the 5th leading scorer in the country. And here she is with the basketball.
And you can see Florida State's a very athletic group and can put that kind of pressure on you.
Hardiman. Now Riley has some space. She'll launch. No.
She has had some games this year where she can keep both teams in the game for a while.
Touched on that 9 turnover performance in the first round to go along with her 26 points as Ward is short on the shot. They have already, has Florida State, had to adjust once this year to losing their post player. Amongst the academic casualties was last year's starting center, Brittany Miller, who has been unavailable the second semester. And there is the injury right now to Kayla Moore and the 2 fouls on Jacinta Monroe. And yet they can board, and it's stuck back up and in by Williams.
Well, it's a quicker, more athletic group without the pure post player, but you can only get away with that so often.
Green probing the defense. Her fadeaway, she sticks it.
Boy, that's a tough shot by Danielle Green, young lady from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
A military brat, that's where she was born, raised in Texas, and went to high school in Arizona and then over in Germany. So she's seen the world. And found a home in Middle America. Ward, offensive foul as Smith was right there to take the charge, and that's now the second on Ward.
It's hard to drive that zone because you usually got people in position, and you see Smith is able to slide over and get into a position where she can handle that contact.
So one freshman departs Ward, and another one comes on. Honeycutt, the 5'10" rookie from Jonesboro, Georgia. And another tremendous athlete.
3rd different defender now on Riley.
They deliver the ball inside to Cordero, short on the shot, but then FSU lost it out of bounds.
Cordero needed to power that ball up. She babied it up to the rim. She had a significant size advantage there.
First round game, her first 20-point performance since November. She's been kind of up and down. And another takeaway for Florida State. Freshour pulls up in the paint and nails it.
Sweet move by Freshour. She knew there was going to be a defender stepping in, and she did a really good job of avoiding the contact and hit the floater.
Green off the mark. Smith kept it alive. Hardiman, the triple no. And again, Florida State will push the tempo. Last touched by the Cowgirls.
On the floor for Oklahoma State, number 33, Megan
Country
Byford.
Megan Byford will get back on now for Cordero, and Kirk Budke will do some coaching over there. Angel Gray. Kick. Clock will stay at 20 seconds. Substitution. Antoinette Howard in for Harvin. So now everybody available for Florida State has seen action here in the first 11 minutes.
Kirk Budke's zone has done a good job of really locating the 3-point shooting, but the athleticism of the Seminoles allowed them to get into the lane some, even without the pure post player. Yep.
Honeycutt with the catch, and that's the kind of play that Riley does not want to make to pick up her first. Way away from the basket. The sophomore from Dallas, who had a 45-point performance during the regular season in their win against OU, without a field goal so far in the first half.
38 of those came in the second half of that game, so she can start slow and heat up quick. In fact, she did not have a turnover in that game as well.
Shantae Williams looking to go to work off the dribble. 6 on the shot clock. Gray on the baseline, and there's Freshour out the other side. One of those players that always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a no-mistake player. She really has a good feel for the game. Really impressed with her versatility.
She's got 9 already in the first half.
She's got a good family following because she's about 8 hours away in Nashville, Indiana.
Riley working on Honeycutt, offensive foul, and Riley showing a little frustration as she picks up her second personal foul. Freshour getting it done on the baseline for the Seminoles, looking for another upset.